The fourth system concept that we will review is purpose. All systems have goals. These objectives or purposes influence the system's behaviors. Systems often have multiple purposes transpiring simultaneously. Some aims are immediate, and some may be subordinated in order to fulfill other goals. If all systems have goals, then all subsystems also are goal-oriented. Needless to say, this can present problems for the overall system because subsystems can be in conflict. For example, my goal is to ride my bike every day for an hour. The exercise keeps my body parts healthy. However, this overall systemic goal is in conflict with a subsystem, that is, my knees. This subsystem, that is, my knees, its goal is trying to avoid inflammation from overuse, and therefore will ache if I ride every day. In order to appease this subsystem but still achieve my overall systemic goal, I have to ride my bike every other day in order not to overuse my knees. Let's tackle another example. Let's say we have a dating couple. This system contains a man and a woman who disagree about whether they should get married or not. Let's watch the clip.
That's a very good look for you.
You both look kind of sharp tonight. You've never looked prettier, my friend. Let's get married tonight. Come on, you got this beautiful white dress on. You got this tux for another 13 hours. Let's just do it. Let's get in a cab. Airport, Vegas. Huh? No muss, no fuss.
Aiden.
Seriously.
Funny.
Come on. I mean, look. We get married tonight. We wake up tomorrow, it's done. Alright? We're still us. We don't even have to tell anybody.
What about what you discussed?
Ah, come on, you're just scared.
Yes, I'm scared. Come on, Aiden, we talked about this.
No, you talked and I listened. Carrie, I looked at you tonight from across the room and I thought I love her. And she loves me. And what are we waiting for?
Because I need more time.
What's going to change? This is me. I don't have any tricks up my sleeve. This is who I am.
This isn't about you. I'm not ready for marriage.
Well, I am. I'm sorry if that scares you, but I am. People fall in love, they get married, that's what they do.
Not necessarily. Why can't we just keep things the way they are? Just live together.
I want to live together. I've had girlfriends for 20 years. I want you to be my wife.
Aiden, you're pushing me.
Well, maybe you need to be pushed. What's the big deal? It's just a stupid piece of paper.
If it's just a stupid piece of paper, then why do we need it?
Because I need it. I want to make this official and lock this thing down.
So here we see a dating couple. So the whole system is a couple. Each subsystem, we have Carrie, we have Aiden. Now, while the couple as a whole is on the path toward marriage, they have conflicting purposes as it relates to each of their systems individually. Aiden wants to get married that night. Carrie wants to postpone getting married. And again, we talked about how history plays a role in all subsystems. This too is a factor in this scenario because Carrie really doesn't know if she wants to marry Aiden or not, whereas he has always been for the marriage. So we see here there's a conflict between their two systemic goals on a subsystem level. And as a consequence of them not being able to resolve it, we see at the end of this clip that they actually break up the coupling, that they no longer will become a couple because their purposes are not in alignment. And this is actually a rather profound statement in regards to relationships and this concept of purpose, because so often when people have two different purposes, it's very difficult to sustain a coupling when each is going in different directions. Okay, let's look at one more example. We're going to use Carrie again. In this video, you will see that her purpose, again, is not in alignment with her boyfriend's. Here they're getting ready to go on a trip, and she needs to know that she is the one, that she is the significant person in his life, and that this relationship is going somewhere. And he's not, his purpose is to keep it casual. So we see again that we have two subsystems within a couple whose purposes are in conflict, and as a result, they have a hard time moving forward.
I need a sign.
What, like in those old religious movies, you want a voice from above?
Just tell me I'm the one. Come on, you don't have to tell your mother or the whole world. Just tell me. I can't do this.
Now, what's interesting is each of their purpose, actually her so more than him, has been communicated. I mean, she's pretty clear on what her purpose is. He's rather vague, and sometimes in communication, the purpose is not communicated outright, or sometimes it's made to look as if it's one purpose when it's really something else. But really, fundamentally, if the subsystems are out of alignment in regards to purpose, particularly in a relationship, more than likely the relationship will end. Did you answer that Carrie's immediate purpose was to be in a committed relationship? In other words, she forfeited her need to go on vacation because she could not satisfy her deeper purpose, which was to be in a committed relationship. So as we can see, purpose is very important in analyzing communication from a systems perspective. What is influencing those behaviors? It's coming from their goals, their objectives, their purposes. So now that we've learned about purpose, we've talked about structure, we talked about boundaries and emergence, the fifth concept that we're going to discuss is input, transformation, and output. We will do that next.